Stef, Jeremy, welcome to the Razor's Edge.
Yes. Fuck yes, Razor's Edge. Wicked.
So at Uprising a couple of weeks ago, we didn't manage to sit down and have a chat. So we're doing this now instead. So looking back at Uprising in Leicester, how was that for you? How was that festival for you?
I think it was fucking amazing, really. I think that first of all, the people were lovely. Simon took us in like, open hearts, like looked after us. Hospitality was amazing. We were really overwhelmed by the support really that they showed us. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was bloody amazing. And the other thing was that venue is absolutely killer as well. So we really, really enjoyed it. I think it was a perfect size for us to play that venue, because usually we're six crazy devils like us just jumping on stage and headbutting each other and stuff. So I think that one was, for me, was a perfect stage, really, like to be able to move and do your own devilry,
Yeah.
But apart from that, Uprising was, like I said, I think it was lovely. The reaction from the people was amazing, from what it was at the time. We didn't expect, people to even sit down everybody on the floor and have like a little wall of death a couple of times and stuff like that. So yeah, it was great, man.
Yeah, excellent. And did you stick around all day? Did you check out the other bands?
Yeah, we stuck around till Orange Goblin pretty much, and then after that we made a swift move, covered in paint, back home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get a chance to clear the paint off before you leave?
Usually we don't we, Stefan? Like usually we do the gig, and then because it's like nearly 11 and we're like, oh shit, we're in Manchester, oh we need to get back home, oh shit, we're gonna drive, and then we just keep the paint. And I usually, because I drive always, I'm usually like getting back, and then I stop. Oh shit, I need petrol station. I need a petrol station. Find a petrol station, put petrol in the tank, load the tank, and I forget that I got paint. I walk straight into the petrol station, looking absolute devil. Corpse paint everywhere, you know what I mean? I look like I've just come out from I don't know where, from hell. And,
most of the venues don't have like facilities for us to have like a shower or anything. So we have to just like, when you commit to wearing face paint, it's not just for the band. It's literally just going out and socializing outside. So you're just always like this sweaty, painted up mess. And as Jeremy said, we have to do petrol station stops. Like a few weeks ago, I get out I go into the petrol station, like we're paying for food and petrol. And I just hear like these like young guys behind me go, "Oi, Skeletor!" And you're just like, "All right." Yeah.
Skeletor.
Your guitarist wears a mask. Have you not thought about switching to masks instead of paint?
Yeah, I mean, we do always, that always pops up to us, like, I mean, the mask. I think it's something that we always, we might be for the second record. Some of us might have maybe 3/4 masks, or maybe not, maybe full mask. We don't know yet. We'll see when we get there,
Yes,
but it would be damn easy. It would be much easier just have putting a mask on. I tell you that.
Yeah.
So just before lockdown, you released your album, but for many of us, myself included, Uprising was the first time to catch you guys live. So how do you think? And you've played a few other shows as well now. How do you think the crowd reaction has been to your shows?
Yeah, I think that's. I had an interview like only a few hours ago with Primordial radio station. I did actually the same question actually, and what happened was that we released the album pretty much at the beginning of the pandemic for the sick. Obviously, it's a theme across the whole world. And when we released it, it was a bit like, oh, hold on a second. We were literally going on tour. I still have that poster up where I booked about a 2-week tour. Yeah, and we were driving, up, and the promoters like, mate. I think we knew about already what was happening, and we knew how severe it was. But I was like, fuck it, let's go up and let's do this still. And like, fuck, let's go, fuck COVID. And as we got there, as we were driving up, it was the promoter was on the phone to me, and he was like, "Man, look, I'm telling you what, the venue's shutting up on me. They don't want to open it. People are asking for their money back. Like, it's just too much at the moment." And it came out all over the news, and it was just like, so we had to cancel the whole tour. And then I rebooked it, and it got cancelled again. But I tell you something, the best thing was that when we came out, which was about 2 years and a half ago, or something like that, we're still quite a fair new band, to be honest. We still did about over 40 gigs, believe it or not, over the pandemic, forcing ourselves into the venues and forcing ourselves to do shows. We refused to say no, and to basically say, no, we're not going to do it. Oh, it's too dangerous. Or, you know what I mean? We were just like, you know what, let's just do it. You know what I mean? It's never going to get, you know, this could be going on for years, or God knows when this is going to stop, you know? So we still did it, you know what I mean? And people still came, you know what I mean? I think we had some amazing shows. I think our best shows has been the last ones that we did, which was on the November tour. We did about 6 sellout shows, you know, on the venues. So for that was quite a big thing for us, because, you know, as hard as we've been grafting the band, we didn't expect that we were going to, you know, get about 6 venues that were going to be sold out. So that was pretty good for us. And we were really, really happy with that one. And we did see the rise, you know, I mean, after COVID, you know, getting more intense for us, and, you know, more people showing us, more people believing in Red Method, I guess. And I guess that was the last tour that we did. However, it was a very hard tour for different, you know, technical reasons. And, but still we did it. And, I think, you know, throughout the pandemic, it was absolutely fantastic. We always really got a nice crowd, you know, pulled it in. Even when we came out, we still had our first I think our first show was in London, and another one in Colchester. I think it was Cambridge, and it was absolutely mental. It was really, really crazy, those first 2 gigs. So since the beginning we came out, we almost already had some sort of background there. I think that it probably is stemmed back to our previous bands, you know, Metastasis and Ted Moll and stuff like that. We carried on some sort of little fan base, you know what I mean, with us. But it's been a journey.
Yeah. Just like to answer the second part of the question, like how the fans have responded to the live shows. We are very high octane. Like, our performance it's chaotic, but in a good way. Yeah. You know, we have like, you know, like all 6 of us, we're all 6 individual personalities, and yet we come together as one unit. So we have that kind of misfits kind of thing to us, not the band misfits, but it's the terminology misfits to us. And yet we're a collective, and it really shines in our live performance. You have like Quinton with his mask, and he just looks so impending. It's such like an expressionless mask, and yet the way he moves and interacts with people, it gives it such expression. You've got Jeremy, who just commands the people. He's just so good at commanding, like, can stand there, tell people what to do. People listen in the crowd. If he tells them to sit down, they sit down. If he tells them to open the pit opens. And it's just very high octane. You see the reviews, and you see like people's comments, like from like videos we post, people that come up to us after the shows, and they're so positive about like the visual experience of us live is it's visceral, and yet people are, you know, just, they love it. And I think we definitely have something going on with our live show that just seems to make people want to come see us again and again. Yeah, which is positive.
Absolutely. And so before Uprising, you played Download, and last weekend you played Tech Fest. So 2 massive shows. How were they?
Oh, Jeremy?
You go. Tech Fest, you mean? Or the one before?
Download and Tech Fest.
Download and Tech Fest.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Download was just off the scale, really. It was just like another level of, it just happened so quick, and the sheer amount. I mean, we were going on stage, and there was already a mosh pit before we went on stage. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was like that extreme. I think it was 94% capacity filled from since by the time we got there. It was mosh pit after mosh pit, wall of death after wall of death, the crowd surfers smashing their faces, bless them, on the floor. And and sitting everybody down, the amount of people that sat down, we got everybody sitting down and jumping and doing all sorts of stuff. But it was just the people was just like, it is to this day. And I received messages we still receive messages every day, about the performance and about when are we going to play Download again, and when are we going to, I think it's almost, taken, it's been a great festival for us. And I think they received it with open hands, I think they really, really took it in really well. And we were honored to play that one. And the same with TechFest, we were on early on the Thursday. And I think that day, that we could still see there was a gap in between of the attendance in terms of, having a Thursday there, completely honest about it. Yeah. But by the time we got on stage, it seemed the room was pretty much filled up. And from looking at the rest of the festival, and Stefan stayed there the whole of the festival, it was not that much more went in. So we were quite happy with the results at the end. And apart from that, again, the amount of support that we had in that festival, and people buying our merch, and people, wearing our stuff, and emailing us and texting us, and some people that haven't heard us, still, like, although we have played TechFest in the past, but a lot of people haven't heard us, and it was a great way of promoting the band as well, I guess, at the same time, being able to play from Download to TechFest, and now to obviously to the mighty Bloodstock on the main stage, which is the one that we've got all our bullets in one gun ready to release. I think that's going to be the big one for us, because obviously it's a Ronnie James deal with something that I've always wanted to do since I've played Bloodstock, one of the very first Bloodstocks with one of my other bands, and since then I always, since the years have progressed, I've seen it, like a family, that festival for us, and we just can't wait to get on that stage and do what we do,
Yeah.
And another one for us was ridiculous, which till this day, so we've been literally, we're still getting a lot of stuff, which we actually have partnerships with, is Primordial Festival. Yeah. I mean, they took us with open hands. They really, it was unbelievable, the response and reaction that we had from them, to the point where they've offered us, to work with us in the future, and different things that benefits us and them, together. But they actually treated us like a family. Apart from that, the festival was absolutely spot on organized. I've never seen such a professional festival in my life. It was just like, it was something else. We were a bit like, whoa, these lot, know what the fuck they're doing here. It was really, really, and the stage, the crowd was ridiculous for us as well. It was just absolutely electric. We had, what was it? We had a queue, Stefan, about, was it 2 hours and a half of queue or something like that?
Yeah. Had a 2.5 hour long queue during the merch, where people not only wanting to buy the merch, but we had people wanting to take photos, sign autographs, things like that. And that was my first ever show with Red Method as well.
Yeah.
So experiencing my first ever show, joining this band, being welcomed by a sea of people wanting, photos, autographs. We sold out of merch. We brought all our merch. We sold all our merch. It was incredible.
And probably Stefan at that time thought, I've joined Slipknot, probably.
Oh, look at me! Joined the really famous band. Yeah, no, it was unreal. It was unreal. And then, going from playing Primordial, then still doing smaller scale, then Download, TechFest, then Bloodstock next month. It's wow. It's amazing.
Yeah. And talking about Bloodstock, so obviously, as Jeremy said, you're on the main stage. That's a huge stage. There's 20,000 people there. what have you got planned on that massive stage in front of all those people? What are you going to do on the Friday?
You'll have to wait and see. Like not divulging anything. Just
I think what we can say is you've got to be there to see,
Yeah.
to witness what we're gonna do. But we have planned a special show for everybody to see, and it's a very special one. And we've adapted a lot of things in our set to be able to deliver a very high standard of musicianship across the whole set, as almost like a really intense journey to hell. But we'll leave it there. We'll definitely wake up every single Bloodstock, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think like whatever people have ever seen of us before, like especially like recent, like Download Tech Fest, whatever people thought of us, like within the chaos and everything, Bloodstock is bigger. It's a lot bigger, and we're gonna deliver.
Yeah.
We will deliver.
So you're going to bring some pyro and fireworks to go with your set?
Something like that along the way, yeah.
We'll see.
There'll be something like that.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. And after having seen you for the first time at Uprising and how good that set was, I can't wait to see you on the main stage at Bloodstock.
Killer. You're gonna be there, yeah, buddy, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, we're working it, sir. Yeah, we'll talk to you.
We are on early. We're on at 10:45 in the morning.
Your first band on.
First band on, but I'm not bigging up. We'll still be the most energetic band even at that time in the morning.
Great. So what's next for Red Method? Obviously you've got Bloodstock coming up in a few weeks, but where do you take the band after that show?
I think after that we got to just hang our gloves and just call it a day.
Yeah, that's it. We're done.
I think after that one, it's it's almost a bit pre-planned everything what I did a few years back to get to where we are now. But after that show, it's time for us to lay down a bit low and finish our colossal new album that we've been writing for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
And so we've started pretty much already on it. Details going to come out pretty much after September on some stuff. But we've been working extremely hard to give everything that we can into Red Method, almost like make a better Red Method, make it as brutal, as melodic, as heavy, as emotional as it can possibly get. So whatever Red Method was, maybe we're just going to inject it with about 2,000 injections of steroids, and pump it up. But it is time for us to almost lay low for a few months, just because we need to finish off a big masterpiece that we want to call it a masterpiece. So probably will be all the way from after Bloodstock pretty much till Christmas, laying low and finishing off a few bits here and there. We do have a couple of shows in November. Yeah. I think one of I can't say it yet because it hasn't been announced, but one is to a major band as well. But it is going to be more of a quiet time for us. I mean, we literally haven't stopped, to be fair. We've been gigging, touring, festivals, gigging again, doing our own headline shows. So it's been endless. So I think it's time for almost a settle, retweak all the screws, tighten them up, modify everything, get everything up to date, and come as coming out as a second chapter, a much more powerful one. I'm
looking forward to it. So
yeah,
we'll catch you again in a couple of weeks, and that's going to be amazing. And I wish you all the best with that set, because I think you'll win a massive set of fans at Bloodstock.
Thank you, buddy. It means a lot to us, man, and it means a lot for everybody listening and supporting Red Method and Razor's Edge, man.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you keep up to date with future episodes by subscribing to our channels. For more information on this podcast, or for all the latest music news, reviews, interviews and more, head over to our website, www.therazorsedge.rocks.